420, 421, something like that. What's your moonshot? What are the things that you haven't accomplished because you simply haven't fit them into your schedule? A few years back, when I changed everything about how I managed my life, I thought about my bad habits. And it was a really cathartic thought. I was like, we all are okay with bad habits. And I was like, why am I okay with bad habits? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why am I not getting to the things I want to get to? Because, I'll stay out late one night a week and just kill the rest of my week from a ability to get up early, even, to get up at 5:30. Like, why would I do that? Why would I not get to where I want to go to in life? Moonshot thinking is thinking that seems impossible. JFK talked about it in his famous moonshot speech about going to the moon, and it seemed impossible, but they focused on it. They got in the space race, and they got it done. And all of us have things that we want to get done. I know I wasted a lot of time in my life, so I'm for me, being in my fourth year of working from 4:30 to 7:30 every morning, it's been amazing. The impact, the things I've been working on that are 6-month projects or 3-month projects that are coming down the pipe, my backlog of things, I mix it up, which is cool. Like today and tomorrow, I'm taking what was a 2-hour class that's a webinar I've been wanting to fit in, and for a lot of us, we'll go our whole life without fitting in things that that we should have. So you never really achieve, what you should have been or what you could have been. Um, I get super motivated by different speakers. I get I remember when I first hired a coach, I went 3 months without implementing anything because I couldn't find the time. I couldn't find the time because I still had, it was my days were packed with a lot of bad habits. I mean, actually, not even a lot of bad habits. And that's the thing. Yesterday, the workbook came out on Amazon. So I finally posted on Facebook. I had a lot of friends talk about it. And one of my friends was saying, oh, I get up at 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go to 4:30. But when you looked at that half hour across 365 days, it would give him 22 8-hour days back into his schedule. Now, when you're competing in a tough market, as a mortgage broker, or lender, loan officer, it's easy because after 3 days, it's just a different habit. So I'm Ron Howard. The habit for today, not habit, the commitment is sleep. You got to be in bed by 9:30. And I'll tell you what, you'll want to be asleep by 9:30 to get up every day. My alarm clock goes off at 4:05. I might snooze, although I have not snoozed since we started this 8 days ago. I get a glass of water. I make sure I don't look like a crazy maniac with my hair. I make a cup of coffee, sit down. I might have like 3 or 4 minutes to mess with the technology. It's been a little screwy a morning or two. And to be honest, I don't spend a lot of time with this at night, if any, because when I get home at 5, I spend 95% of my time with my son from 5 o'clock until he goes to bed at 8:30. And then when he goes to bed, I'm tired. So that's commitment number 8. I tell you, it comes easy for me. Like at 9:30, if I'm still up at 9:30, when I go to sleep, it's a deep sleep until 4:05, and that's great. Uh, what's interesting, my 2-year-old, Flynn, he fights sleep, and I know when you first start this, you're going to be used to staying up. Don't fight it. You're not going to miss anything. It's okay for 90 days to miss some things and be boring, or I don't even. I think it's amazing to get big things done that you never fit into your schedule. I talked to a bunch of people after that Facebook post yesterday. 90% of them are like, I can't do this. I can't do it for this. I can't do it for that. I can't, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You can't. I can, because no, some of them had legitimate, like, I have to take my daughter to school and this kind of thing. And I get it. Some of these things are going to be tough. The biggest impact in my life right now is working 3 hours. Nope. The phone's not ringing. Nobody's bothering me. And the consistency, the compound effect of that has been absolutely insane, to wherever I apply it to, right? To creating this little program, to I got one last book I'm writing. I stopped writing, I got halfway through last year writing that, and I just put it on the shelf. And a lot of the things I'm working on now are things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to interview a lot of people for this book, this last fourth book. And, but I started researching it, and I wanted to implement a lot of the things I was researching into my business instead of just like spending time learning about it and learning these concepts and not, taking advantage of that. So that book got shelved. It's outlined, like 21 parts of it. And I'm going to get back to that probably in a couple months. But for the next couple of days, I'm going to do what was like a 2-day webinar. There were like three sections. I think it's a total of like 6 or 7 hours. It might take me a third day. But I bought this webinar like a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't been able to fit it in. Like, my day's packed, like most of us that are busy. So I'm excited for this challenge. I'm excited to see who checks in today. The tracker, the attendance tracker, it's simple. You go in. It actually, gives you a timestamp. It emails you a copy. You create a folder in your email. You save all of those. So what's your favorite motivational speaker? If you're being coached and you're not fitting any of that into your schedule, your busy schedule, like I did, I was paying $2,000 a month with my first coach and didn't do anything for 3 months. And that's not uncommon. You just can't fit it in, right? I mean, and you can, as soon as you say, like, why is it okay to have like one bad habit? And I was like, I didn't have a lot of bad habits, but you can see in the landing page, I broke it down. The time just from drinking was incredible. Just a half hour a day, getting up earlier than you were, is huge across time. It doesn't feel like it. That's, if you've ever read The Compound Effect, or if you've never read The Compound Effect, you should read that book, because that book really lays it out. But you can live that like a half hour a day across a year is huge. I could evening. I'm tired in the evening. I always found myself watching TV for a couple hours. I'm into my fourth year. I watched one mini series. It was called The Judge with Bryan Cranston. I don't have time for TV right now, but what I love is I can watch any of these shows that everybody's talking about on demand at a later date when I'm, when I've decided I've gotten everything done I want to get done. I'm not there yet, so I'm okay. It seems like there's some good TV. Not important to me. It's I would rather work in the morning, uninterrupted time. So the eighth commitment is 429. The eighth commitment, be in bed by 9:30. When you're up this early, it's an easy thing, but don't fight it. Get your sleep. Rest, recovery is so important for our health. Fighting off disease, fighting off viruses. So tomorrow we're going to have, there's a few people that have been checking in since the beginning, and tomorrow we're going to have somebody on and talk about what they're doing, because they've at this point have spent 24 hours in the morning, and that's a ton of time. That's like half a 40-hour a week job, right? So I'm excited about that. We're going to start having, that was the whole idea. It was going to go through the 10 commitments across the first 10 videos. And then we're going to mix this up a bit. We're going to have people on talking about what they're doing. You're going to have done it, you know, at least a week. I don't, it doesn't make sense to have people talking about, what they plan on doing. It's got to be like somebody that's actually doing it. And then we are going to have some people on that motivate me and that are also big fans of getting it up in the morning. And I'm excited about that as well, because I'm hoping to get some people on here that I really, really, really get motivated by. So take care. Eighth commitment, get your sleep. See you tomorrow morning.